Borderline personality disorder. At 53, learning how to put my demons and my ghosts to rest. Moving on with my life, with no friends, not wanting or needing friends. Finally finding a peace and a purpose within myself. I'll try and shorten the title, but due to a recent mental health very bad stress, where I had the job centre phoning me, asking them to see them just to reassure them I was not suicidal. Up till that point, I didn't even know that there was anything wrong. But I had contacted my GP for that, and then the day before the appointment, fell over, banged my head really badly. And after that point, things just went mad. Things got confused. Yeah. The GP suggested for my borderline personality disorder, like in the recent Sherlock Holmes with Martin Freeman as the Dr. Watson, why not make a video diary thingy to I don't want to speak to mental health therapists. They look at me and see a mental health patient and just can't be creative, can't hear anything different, and I'm just a difficult patient. So that's why these blogs started. And with all the stuff I did on mindful meditation, I've watched it and rewatched it. I still think the arguments I said are valid. I don't think I was ranting and raving. I've had a shave. I hope I look tidier. And I know my voice can rise and I can't hear it. But I've watched them and that looks like normal me. And as far as the arguments for mindful meditation are concerned, and also my borderline personality specific videos, I think they're fine. And at 2 minutes and nearly 3 minutes, this is really short, I'm good. So that's the summary. I had a very bad, if I call it a cross between very bad mental health crisis, in terms of borderline personality disorder, they call it a split. And I really don't like that for a lot of reasons. But a crisis in mental health, stroke, just a normal fever as a result of a bang on the head, and I don't know. But the last 3 weeks have been a journey, a wild journey. If you watch my earlier stuff, my hatred towards my mum still stands. Her peace comes from my sister, who still loves her. Her peace from me, I ain't giving it. And she can't ask. And right? My dad, up until a few weeks ago, I was looking forward to meeting that scumbag in hell, and really, but as a result of this, whatever's happened, I really do feel like he and I have found a peace through my poetry, through music. All my life I tried to play and teach myself to play guitar. I finally learned. The only song I ever wanted to pick up a guitar and just play along was Molly by Paul McCartney, or Paul McCartney and Wings. Don't matter who. But that was the only song I knew was my dad's favourite song. And he was into Jim Reeves and Val Doonican. But because of Billy Connolly and what he says about, I hate those singers, away in the glen, never even been to Scotland, and I understand my dad more, and his cruelty to me I really appreciate more. He really taught me the importance of building walls, and I hate his way. For me it hurt, but here at 53 I've still got a very, very clear conscience. And it isn't about that I'm better than him. It is now today about he taught me what I needed to learn so that I could extend beyond him. He was trapped in his vicious cycle of alcohol and beating up the wife and kids. And by beating it into me for reasons I didn't understand. He knew about me nicking money when I thought I was clever, nicking it out of his wallet. And he never, never, never said a word until really late in the day, really late in my growing up. He'd known all that time, and all those times he did beat me, he never beat me for that, and I deserved it for that. So I'm more at peace with that demon, that ghost, and a lot of my ghosts. I've been trapped. U2 sang a song, Stuck in a Moment, a tribute to Bob Geldof and his lost wife and grown-up daughter who lost her mother. Under that song gets me so deep. And over the years, having no friends, music was my friend. Music was my guide. Music was my pilot. And over the years, so much music got taken away. I left church. I no longer believe in all of that. So all of them great... Cliff Richard, Steve Taylor's rock, and DC Freak. I still can't listen to them. They're too... They're nearly a rock group, but I can't mix that yet with Jesus. But I'm claiming that back. And there was a point in the very recent 2 weeks I did put a noose around my neck, and I've got to, and I did, and it went wrong again, but in a good way. I mean, again, it was stupid, but I proved to myself I ain't crying for help. When I'm ready to go, I will go, because I know what I'm really frightened of. When I hang myself, it ain't pain. It's that instant strangulation, and that comes as a big surprise, however prepared I am. And 8 minutes, I'm still not too long. So, and why am I glad I didn't kill myself? My cats. For whatever reason, I ended up in that state. I had spent days worrying, stressing about my cats. I'm not going to kill them first. Oh my God, I might think I'm a monster, but I'm not that type of monster. And I can't leave them to starve. I don't know if there's anyone on my balcony that have cats. I don't know if there's any neighbours on my balcony that would take cats in. I can only put out a week's worth all their cat food and hope the worms kill them first. And that is the biggest thing on my conscience. My sister, I've spent all my life calling myself bad names because I was a bad big brother. I was not a good example of a big brother. But in those hours before that noose, looking back, not only did I see I did everything I did for the right reasons, and in the end it turned out right. My nephew, he went to Cambridge, he's got a degree, he's on TV, and though he and his mum lost contact for a bit, they are really close now. And I've never met her daughters, my nieces, and now my sister and I are no longer communicating. We are never I am a disaster. I've always been a disaster waiting to happen. I don't want any of them to get involved. They live in Manchester, I'm in London, they've never met me. They can spend their lives hating me, blaming me, I'm fine with that. But there's nothing I can do that's ever going to hurt them. And that's what's most important to me. And even though I was too stupid to think it all them years ago, that's just my cat. When I was nicking money out of my dad's wallet, 6, 7 years old, and I'm down the newsagent with a £20 note. It's monopoly money. What do I know? With my sister, younger sister beside me, and I got my Mars bar, and I'm thinking, hey, this is lunch, okay, and breakfast. I've got my Mars bar, and I'm thinking, can I afford a Coca-Cola? Because I don't know. And my sister, can I have a Mars bar too? She didn't need to say, I told Mum. She wasn't trying to. When you're young and you learn to survive, that was her way of reminding me that I'm her bigger brother. And I know now, today, that I always was. I always did the right thing, even when I thought it was the wrong thing. And I'm okay with that. The more I understand and the more I talk, yes, the more tears. And that's why I wrote poetry. Poetry, I am John Wick. I'm dragging every corpse out of its grave and I am mutilating and desecrating everything. I ain't got no secrets to hold. Everyone can hate me, I don't care. But poetry, But my way forward, I ain't had a girlfriend in a long time, ain't been physical in a long time, haven't even been cuddly, and it don't matter. All my life, I've grown up being told I should have friends. I'm antisocial if I don't. And I've learned maybe I'm just a loner and I don't need friends. And it isn't about being antisocial. It's about knowing I don't have my brain doesn't work the same way. I used to think the whole human race were aliens, but recently I thought, what if I'm the Martian? And it all makes sense now. All you lot are telepathic, but you don't know it. And you see what I mean. Now I think of everyone else as the Martian. I'm not a big fan of the book or the film by Martin Weir with Matt Damon. It's like Stephen King's The Gunslinger. I really hate Stephen King right now. I've got to read it again. And it's a boring book, that really horrific in its boredom. But I'm not getting distracted on the Stephen King. But as you can see, I've been lost a long time, and finally at the age of, I'm still 53. I hope it's July 2021. If I'm older than 53, I will be very surprised. And if I'm younger, that's just bad mathematics, my memory. But I'm pretty sure I'm 53. But I ain't got much of a bucket list. There's a lot of Stephen King books that I don't want to read. Misery, because I know if I read Misery, the film was so good, that's it, I'm going to hunt Stephen King down and say, right, this book that I didn't like, I'm taking your kneecaps or your ankles, take your pick. So I don't want to read that, but I know I have to. It's taken me 30, oh crikey. Right, you can see I've got a bucket list. You can see I'm passionate about books and my interest in books. And I found that through Facebook and just, now I'm involved in groups on Facebook. I'm finding friends that I never knew I had. I see my name comes up in conversations with little icons, coffee cups, and little nibs of posh pens. And I think, what's that? What is people shit, whatever you're calling me names? And they're saying nice things. The coffee cup thing is, I start conversations. No one listens to me but people on this Facebook. And hey, Discworld, I'm still Tim Roth as Granny Weatherwax in drag, but dressed up in the old Reservoir Dog suit and covered in blood. right? And with a beard and hairy legs. And maybe with handcuffs and a whip, that'd be a... And someone suggested William Defoe. Oh! But this is about borderline personality disorder. And putting demons to rest, ghosts, having no friends, and at my age, finding a way, a purpose, a meaning to move forward. And certainly waiting to work out if Luke Skywalker was the good guy or the bad guy, waiting another 10 years to see the next 3 films. I can't commit to that. But having to start The Gunslinger again and read at least the 4 books and then probably the whole of the series and then wait until Stephen King dies first so I can work out how The Gunslinger ends, that I am prepared to commit to. After having seen that really bad film, I know it's going to be worth the effort. And meditate, guys. Really happy meditation. And I've now got 2 walking sticks. The old anchor bit, I'm saying, seriously, I think I've done everything I need to say in this video, and I don't think I've ranted and raved. And I've even had a shave, and I hope I look smarter. Happy meditating. And thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. The only 2 comments I did receive, which is links to porn, which I was disappointed with. But that's fine. It isn't about that. If this helps some people, great. If it doesn't, it'd be nice if you say, you don't know what you're talking about. But all friends, happy meditating, and I hope to make another video soon.